It's day 335. Find out where this came from. We've got making something for the Merlot for moving trailers around, moving some chip, 8 to 8 fendt and 250R John Deere comparison as well. Find out what yesterday's quiz question was. So here it is. The cats are arguing. These boxes have just arrived. They say class on them, so I don't know what they are, but there's 3 of them. So I'll open them and see what's going on. That's the first one, plastic class size with stickers. Woohoo! The second one is only like the best calendar ever. It's huge. Thanks. And the third one is a whopping flag. It's huge. See if I can get that up in a bit. Another day, another chip going out. Just get him loaded now, get him out. We've only got a little bucket on today because my dad's got the big bucket using it to do the drying floors around the other side. A few people have been asking about a machinery tour, so I might do that tomorrow or later on this afternoon if I get a chance. So you can all have a look at the machinery on the yard and stuff. Another perfect load, non-spilt, that's just the dust blowing. Doors bang back. I don't know whether you noticed the other day, but we used to have guards on the windows of the weighbridge. It needs painting, obviously. Richard's took them off and cleaned it, and we've cleaned all the windows and it looks mint now. Just need to paint it or at least jet wash it. Might be a bit of wind on the camera, but that's pretty much equal then. What? Apart from that's on smaller wheels. Similar horsepower as well. This is supposed to be boosted to the same horsepower as the 828. Which one would you have? Leave a comment. Yellow wheels or red wheels? Hey, what is a load of shovel then? I do like them 828s. But that does look shiny. Like Andrew's been munching wires on the trailer with the link arms. Schoolboy error. So beautiful.
Go underneath it, Ad. Melt it on top of it.
So it dripping on the floor.
Just keep heating it, please. Go underneath it.
Got it. Should have reused one of these really. It's heat shrink with solder inside. But I just tried doing it with the blow lamp and it was too vicious. Needs something a bit cooler to heat them up. But as it shrinks, the heat shrink, it melts the solder and pulls it around the joint. Gonna make something out of an old Claydon tine and an old hook off a bucket for moving trailers around with the Merlot. We had one a few years ago which got lost, but I'm gonna cut that off, weld that on there, and then put a pin through there so we can just slide it in and use it for moving stuff. Stitch that on there now with a welder. Job done. Made a pin now, just chop that off, put a linch pin through, a split pin. That'll do. Happy days. Pin in there. R-clip, not a split pin or a linch pin. Just stops it falling out, but we can go move some trailers now. Oh well, that works. Just you can see exactly where you're putting them as well. So I'll just shunt them all over a little bit so we can get them all a bit neater and tidy. It even moves muck spreaders as well. I'm going to put them all in a better row. Just got me Origin Snood, Origin fertiliser. We're giving them away on Twitter. It's a beast because it's like a dust mask and a face mask. I'm just going to put Simon's chip down, so I'm going to put the time-lapse camera on this bracket, see what it looks like, see if it looks a nice sequence. my trailer hook is actually quite handy for moving bags of fertiliser as well, by the looks of things. So I'm just going to take it around here and I'm going to load test yesterday's quiz question. Not many people got it right at all. It is in fact for emptying the corn drill out onto. So you can put it out in the field or the shed floor or whatever, drop the seed out the drill and then pick it up with the loops, and then you can then put it back in another bag or keep it for going back in a drill when you go back onto a different variety. So we're just going to try it now with a bag of fertiliser and just check that it's strong enough. So this is 600 kilos now. Could be able assistants there, Joe and Amanda. Normally we'd use the pallet forks, but because I've still got my hook on, I'll try it with that. So let's just see. So imagine you've got your seed in there now, lift it up. There we go, not a problem. Like a big body bag. Yeah, this was yesterday's quiz question. Basically, it's a sheet, like a funnel. You put it on the floor, drive the corn drill underneath it, dump the corn out of it when you're changing varieties or different, you know, going from wheat to barley or whatever. Drop it on that, get the loops, stick them on your pallet forks or the Merlot, lift it up, and you've got a spout then to put it in another bag or into another drill, or just store it out of the way. It's obviously got a bag of fertiliser on it now, because that's just to load test it. That weighs 600 kilos, picks it up no problem. I think it'll pick a ton up no problem. So we'll load test them up to a ton when I get time, and then we get some made up. So they're probably going to be around £150 plus postage if anyone was interested in them. If you are, leave a comment in the box. The other thing that I've just realised that's quite handy, if you ever get a bag that's burst and you can't really move it, if you can just kind of swing it onto this quick, put it next to it and swing it on, and you can just pick it up like we just did then when we were load testing it, and you've obviously got a way of moving that bag around and getting it into your drill as well, which is quite handy. Because yesterday's quiz question was difficult, this is an easy one today. Does anyone know what that is and what we use it for? Someone's just been round dropping something off for me, and he's talking about the telehandler and how it works and different things, and kind of do everything off the joystick. So I suddenly realised that, you know, I take it for granted, but basically on this joystick we've got that roller switch, makes the boom go in and out. Sorry, no, it doesn't. It does the pick up pitch on the back or takes the buckets on and off. That one makes the boom go in and out. So that's out and that's in. That's neutral. That's forwards. That's backwards. If you pull it back, the boom lifts up. Push it forwards, the boom goes down. Tilt it to the left, the bucket tips. Tilt it to the right, and the bucket crowds up. No, it's not. It's the other way around. Hold on, it's because I'm doing it with my left hand. I'll do it so you can see. So if you go like that, it lifts the carriage up. Do it like that, it tips the carriage. That's the boom in. That's the boom out. That takes the buckets on and off. That's reverse. Hear it beeping. That's forwards, and then that's neutral. So everything's on this joystick. Then we've just got 3 pedals, accelerator, brake, and this is a bit like a clutch in a car. It basically dumps the oil out the transmission, so you can use it to sort of feather yourself going forwards and backwards. So you can have revs on so the hydraulics are performing fast, and then use that foot pedal then to control your forward speed from like 0 to 40k in 1 gear. It does have 2 gears, but you only really need the bottom gear, which is tortoise, when it's I don't know, getting stuck or you're really shoving something hard. Otherwise it's in her all the time. Dashboard there, you've got number 2 gear there. Click the button. Sorry, there you go. Gone to first gear now. Put it back to second. They live in second gear 95% of the time, to be honest. Emergency stop. Handbrake's this switch here. There's your steering modes. Boom suspension is that one that's turned on, and then there's just lights and different things, and your thing for your regen of the engine with the AdBlue system, wipers, everything like that. And this just changes your settings on the dashboard, so you can go through and have the time and the clock and different things. And then that's the screen for telling you how much weight you've lifted and where the boom is. So there's the green blob of where the boom is. If a boom out, you'll see the green blob move. The lift up, you'll see the green blob go up. Well, I can't do that, I'll grab all of that bag. Yeah, and it tells you what weight and where you're up to with your load indicators, so you know you're not going to tip it over, and how many degrees the boom is and everything. I can't just decide where to put the class flag because it's huge, and the Caterpillar one's quite big as well, so I'll have a think tonight, and I'll probably put them up tomorrow. when I say emptying the corn drill, basically we take this spout off and the seed just falls out on the floor, which is no good. So that's why we've made that sheet now with the spout on, so that it's easier to do it, and you can do it in the field or on the concrete, wherever you want to do it really. Otherwise, just getting in there with buckets, scooping it out, or trying to get a bag under here, which is too complicated because there's too much stuff in the way and it's snagging and ripping and horrible. So it's best to just drop it on the floor and clean it up. But now I've got that, just drop it on the sheet, lift it up with the Merlot, put it wherever we want it to go. Been a lot of people asking about doing a machinery tour. There's quite a bit of machinery and I wouldn't do it all in a day, I wouldn't think. So we'll start. This is obviously the class selection combine. I got delivered 2 weeks ago. Watched the video, it was on a Friday, literally 2 weeks ago. Replaced the 770 before it. The header's not here yet, that's coming in May. John Deere's 6 metre drill, actually for sale because it's getting replaced with a 12 metre horse drill in a few weeks when that arrives. And then we've got this baler that we got last summer because the other one was acting up and doing me head in basically. So a bit of an impulse buy, 5200 quadrant, so it's only done half a season, this baler. We've also got the Bomford hedge cutter in this shed, pan mixer which we use for mixing seed, mixing concrete, log splitter that's had various different modifications over the years. I've just tripped over the bale squeeze that we've got for moving wrap bales, and then in this shed here we've got 6 metre Claydon drill. We use this for everything, but obviously we don't want to disturb too much soil, so now we use it less, but it's brilliant for sowing beans. And then we've got the sulky drill that sulky fertiliser spreader that we were using last week, spreading fertiliser, and I'm ashamed to say we've forgotten to wash it off, but luckily it's urea and it's not corrosive. But otherwise, if it had been nitrogen or something like that, it would have, there'd probably no spreader left now, it had dissolved it. So we need to get that washed off as soon as we can, either tomorrow or next week. But it was hectic because we filmed the shed. And we've got like a couple of little trailers in the back here. This one's got some mustard in that we combined a few years ago. We used that for cover crop seed. And then we've got another little trailer here that's got some millet in, and we use that as well for cover crop seed. Again, we grow millet on and off over the years as well. So that's about it for this shed. A few different things here and there. And every time I've got a chance, I'll probably slot a few bits more machinery in different videos each day. Lots more new subscribers, so welcome. Quick intro. Basically, family farm. I've been farming since I left school when I was 16, I'm now 40. I started doing videos as a bit of a joke at the very beginning of lockdown. We're now nearly a year into it and I'm still doing them, and I'm enjoying it, to be honest. I don't know whether I'll keep it up after we've done a year. I've got that used to doing it that it's actually not that difficult, and it's probably easier than doing it every single, like once a week. I could probably just do one every day, I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. We'll get to a year and then I'll think about it whether I carry on or not. But people seem to be enjoying them, so that's good. So welcome if you're new, and click subscribe and like if this is your first time you've watched it, or if you've been watching it anyway, click subscribe and like, because then YouTube will show it more people, and then it makes it even more worthwhile making the videos. So that's about it for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Saturday today, tomorrow's Sunday.